What's going on, people? Not for the radio, myself, Viz, Posty in the house, Chams in the house.
Yeah.
Enough of you been asking for this special guest to arrive since he done his freestyle here on Not for the Radio. We got Double S in the building, the Flow Father. What's going on?
I'm good still. I'm good, my brother. How's
Welcome
things?
back.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us, bro. You're
Come on.
literally one of my favourite MCs. You have been for like the last 12 years.
Love my brother. I said 12 years.
You've been in the
I've
game
been,
for a very
since I
long
was,
time.
I think...
12 years?
Properly since 17. Yeah, I mean, so I would say...
I'd say 2007 you might have came in.
Yeah. I think I was doing it before then, but properly with always recording from like 17 properly. That's when I first released
It
something.
doesn't count when no one...
Yeah.
That's the first time I actually came across you is in the Always Recording studio.
Yeah.
I went down there with Wretch and I saw you there just kind of like working on your music.
Yeah, 100%. That's old school, you know.
Them drops is like, yeah, that was all great from 2007.
Yeah, nah, you thought that was a drop. You thought that's not a drop. I'm not setting the scene.
It was a serious case. It was a serious case.
It's actually a serious case. I went down there with Wretch.
Yeah.
Saw you down there working on your music and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Wretch was like, listen, this kid's the future and stuff.
Love
So take
Wretch,
us back.
man.
Is that your first entry to the game? Always recording?
100%. Always recording because this was before, obviously I've heard about Wretch around these times because I'm from Northumberland Park originally and then Wretch is from Tiverton. So obviously all my brethren that were in school, like they would always tell me about Wretch. Shocker would tell me about Wretch as well, do you get what I mean? So when I heard his material and everything, I kind of always said to myself, he's dope, do you get what I mean? Hopefully one day me and him can make a song. So when I went to Always Recording, funny thing about the Always Recording one of my brethren called Shutter D and Vertex is the reason I went to Always Recording. So Sammy didn't know about me around them times. So they was like, there's obviously, I think Chip went there with Frisco. And then I went there with Vertex and Shutter D. And then obviously when Sammy heard me, Sammy was like, this kid's on fire, do you get what I mean? Like, this and that, let's see what we can do. So he kind of gave me my first shot. And I've always been one of them people, as soon as I see, say, for example, opportunity, because around them times I didn't want to go college. Do you get what I mean? I was in college, but I'm like, nah, music's more important. Because when you're young, you're just thinking to yourself, I just need to blow. Do you get what I mean? So I went to Always Recording, I see Scorcher and Wretch and everyone, and I was thinking, yeah, this is where I need to be. Do you get what I mean? This is progression to me. Because around them times, I just come back from Uganda. Obviously, I was a bit bad, do you get what I mean? So come back from Uganda, when I saw that, I said, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to... Sammy gassed man anyway, do you get what I mean? So as soon as you go there, you know how the thing's set, do you get me? So Sammy gassed man already. So I said, yeah, this is what I want to do. But I'm very patient when it comes down to like pattern in life. I'm not one of these people that want it straight away. Because I understand that things don't come straight away anyway, do you get what I mean? So I kind of said to myself, like, cool, let me just push from there, do you get me? So Always Recording, Sammy and Marco Wusu, I will always have love for them.
So
you know
describe the vibe. So obviously I remember like in those times, Scorcher and Wretch were obviously heavily involved with the movement.
Yeah.
And like the movement was like the biggest thing pretty much.
Yeah.
At the time. So obviously you're a young guy, you go there, you're seeing that. That must have been obviously a great inspiration.
100 million,
to you,
100
and you
million.
obviously wanted to stay there. So what was the Always Recording operation like? Was it like how was it working? Was it like working as kind of like a label where like, because I remember seeing the Scorcher tape that came out with the logo on.
Yeah.
Not in order or anything. Obviously,
Yeah.
I saw the chip.
Of course, yeah.
And then were you, how was the process? Were you waiting for yours to come out?
Yeah.
And then it came out. How did it work? What was the priority?
Around them sort of times, I think because Sammy knew everyone, like he knew Getz, he knew Jammer, all of these people from different places, do you get what I mean, yeah? So because Wretch is from Tiverton, Scorcher's from North as well, do you get what I mean? So that was already like in-house. But at the time, when younger-wise, it was me, as Marvell as well, but me mostly, and then Chip, do you get what I mean? So at the same time, obviously, I've never been like a jealous person, just naturally in general. I don't think it's my thing. Like, it's awkward being jealous, for me anyway, do you get me? So at the time, a lot of people were like, oh, Chip's blowing up, like, why aren't you doing your thing, this and that? I've always said, my time will come anyway. And at the same time, if you look at it like a business, this is the person at the moment that's keeping the lights on anyway. Do you get what I mean? So unless you understand that, certain people mentally will think road, oh, no, but I need to this and that. The only reason that we kind of even went off to do Marvel is because we understood that, cool, as Marvel, as a unit, this is not what Sammy wants to do, which is totally fair, and I'll never take anything away from him, because at the same time, it's like, you've got a business, you run a business. This is what's making you money at the moment. This is what's keeping the lights on and this and that. So you have to take that more serious than all of these other situations. Sammy did everything he could have done for me at the time. Do you get what I mean? So I'll always have love for Sammy.
So talk to us a bit more about that, because you just said that Sammy wanted to work on you as an individual. Yeah. And a lot of people did refer to you as the Beyonce of the Marvel group.
Yeah.
So talk to us about that.
But before we get into Marvel, Marvel.
Sorry, Posty.
Just before we get into Marvel,
You could use a better example than
No,
Beyonce.
he is the
I'm not involved
Beyonce.
in
He
this
knows.
video.
you obviously had a song on Channel U back in the day that
From
did quite
Day,
well
yeah.
as well. From Day, I
Changed
saw
my
that.
life. Changed my life.
Change your life. And then
Foundation.
then I didn't hear about you as much. Then I kind of started hearing about you on some radio sets and
Yeah,
stuff. Thought,
yeah.
this guy's kind of sick.
Love.
And then I heard about you again properly when Wiley decided to do Esky Beat.
Yeah.
And then I remember, I thought that was a genius idea at the
Yeah,
time. And
yeah.
even still to this day, there was you, Ice Kid, Chip,
Yeah.
Maverick.
Yeah.
He was really cold as
Yeah.
well.
Our generation was nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty.
So was it 4 of you mainly? The spitters wise.
I think there was bare people in it. Little D.
Little D.
Yeah, I think that whole
Yeah,
whole
Little D.
generation
Big up
of
Little
spitters.
D.
Yeah, large up Little D still. That whole generation of spitters, just naturally in general, I think we was just like it's like the movement and Way Better Know mixed together. That's what I call that generation. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Because obviously they influenced you lot.
100 million, 100 million. Yeah.
But you,
Who was in Shodder then?
No, not Shoddy. So basically, it was me, Chip, Vertex. There was like 10 of us. Like, obviously, it was a North London thing at the time. So obviously, I'm originally from Northumberland Park. So Shoddy crew was literally just the kids in the area. Do you get what I mean? Down to the people that are doing a lot of stuff now, and then down to people like everyone kind of went on their own path. Do you get what I mean? So when I kind of went to Uganda, I think everyone kind of lost. They weren't enthusiastic no more. Do you get what I mean? So certain people went on road, certain people had kids. Do you get what I mean? So much situations, life situations just happened.
How do you think that trip to Uganda affected your hunger? Because obviously you've gone. People often say that we're a bit spoilt here in London,
Yeah.
you know, and then you've gone back to Uganda. You've come back and you still got a fire in your belly, and you're saying that everybody else is kind of fizzling out.
Yeah.
How do you think that affected you?
I think it done more for me because I think over here sometimes, you're so calm and comfortable with just how the way life is. You're lazy a little bit. Whereas when I've gone over there, imagine something getting taken away from you. It's like someone going to jail. Do you get what I mean? As soon as they come out, they're more hungry than someone that I've seen. One of my brethren that went jail. He's come out. He's done 5 videos, and in my head, I'm like, in the space of 2 months, you've done 5 videos. But his hunger level is totally different because he wants it. You know what I mean? So when them sort of situations happen anyway, just naturally in general, I think you want it more because you're so behind. Do you get what I mean? Or you might feel like
It can go one or two ways though.
Yeah.
I've seen people.
100%, you can play. You know what I mean? Like, but me, I've always got this thing where my career, I think I've started like a good 5-6 times where I wanted to quit. And so I know what to do when it gets to that stage now. Do you get what I mean? Like any single time, like say for example, even down to the Marvel situation, I knew exactly what to do after that. But I just went through a situation with my dad. Do you get what I mean?
So we do need to still speak about this because obviously you was one of them kids that went missing in school.
Yeah.
So we all knew one of those kids, and they're just like, where they gone? It's like,
100,
they got shipped.
Yeah.
So you got shipped back.
Yeah.
Okay, and what was that like for you? What was that experience like? What did you do first?
Basically, let me be real about the situation. As soon as I touched down, my mum lied to me. Yeah, forgive me, mum.
Usually the way.
Yeah, so she tried to tell me I'm gonna stay there for like 2 months, and then my older brother's gonna come, and then we're gonna come back together. I've got there 2 weeks. I'm playing pool with one of my older brothers that I've never met in my life. But then when we got there, someone that looks like you, and you're like, okay, do you know what I mean? So playing pool with him, my mum's phoned me. She's like, we can't find you a school here, so you're gonna have to stay there. I turned off my phone. I didn't talk to her for 2 weeks because I was like, is this how you did, man? Do you get what I mean?
Balling?
Of course. I went to boarding school and I cried the first 2 weeks I was there. I was like, this is mental. But then after that, you adjust. And I've never been here. I just know here. So over here, there's a certain way that you see certain situations and you're like, you might think you're hard and everything. You go there, it's a completely different situation. I've seen a man slap man and start bleeding and that. As soon as I've gone in, like 2 weeks in. So I'm in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm not even really scrapping with these lot, car. I'm not trying to die here. They might kill something, you know what I mean? So I want no problems.
Would you, after that experience, would you send your kids?
100 million. 100, because I was...
You would do that?
I was unnecessarily bad. Like, I didn't need to be. I actually had a good upbringing, do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I've always been one of them kids like, there's fire around the corner, let me at least go see it. Let me see what... maybe let me put my hand in it. You get me? Like, I'm one of them people, so... Because I don't know where it's going to take me with life, just naturally in general. I think I'm an adventurous person. You know what I mean? So I would definitely take if they act up, I'll definitely take them.
All right, so let me ask you this really quickly, yeah. Like, so you was in Shoddy.
Yeah.
Then Marvel came along. And I would definitely, both talented, so I would ask these guys the same question, Vertex and Shocker.
Yeah.
I'd ask them the same question. Would you say that being in Marvel held you back?
No.
Would you say?
No, Marvel was a blessing. I think it was one of the best moments in my life. What we brought to the grime scene, even though just me being 100%, I don't think we get our respect for it, but what we brought to the scene, down to Vertex doing the videos, down to the choruses, Shocker doing the metaphors, and just creating a body of work and having the fan base that we built, going on tour, and all of this was obviously people was involved, but a lot of it was independent, do you get what I mean, yeah? I would never change that, do you get what I mean? I think it was a moment in my life, do you get me?
I didn't actually mean Marvel specifically. I meant like being in the crew. Like obviously Posty and Chams, they hold me back.
Yeah.
So like I'm saying,
See, you lot's beef, yeah?
Like
Nuts.
being in a crew, does it hold you back?
I personally think it can only hold you back if you lot are all putting your eggs in one basket. If you lot have got things on the side, that's just me being real, because Shocker and Vertex will vouch. I said for so many years, let's do things on, like this is the hub. But if, say for example, if I'm in a household, for example, and there's mum and dad, if they don't go to work, this household doesn't get looked after. Do you get what I mean? As much as we might chill on Sundays and just vibes and this and that as a family, outside of that, he has to bring money home. She has to bring money home. Same thing with the Marvel situation. But I kind of feel like we got so comfortable with doing the group thing that we thought that's all it was supposed to be. But I did mention a few times, I think we need to venture off and do a few other bits and bobs and just bring it home every single time. We lived in a house together.
Yeah, I went to that house a few times.
You
Remember?
lot was living your best life. Can we get to that in a second though? Can we
had some parties over there.
Yeah, can we talk about
I'm joking.
Marvel as
He's a bad guy,
as a whole? So you lot were living in a house together. You lot were creating. Your movement was crazy.
Yeah.
So your aesthetics as a whole, obviously Vertex is crazy with the visuals.
Yeah.
Your response, your fan base was huge. There was so much people with Marvel in their name.
We started the street team thing. I'm just putting it out there. As long as you
Marvel
like gas yourselves, we started the street team thing. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, the street team, you lot street team was wild.
Yeah, it was crazy.
To a point where it was like, okay, what's
too
really
much.
going?
Yeah.
You lot are doing a madness. Do you think that part of you lot's, see like your aesthetics being so glossy, do you think that that's part of why people were estranging from you?
Yeah, 100%.
Because what I have noticed is that sometimes if people come in too early, too glossy, it alienates people because people like the underdog.
100%. I got this told to me by someone where I got a brethren, for example, he just does like, he's got money, do you get what I mean? And he does the whole Versace and all of that. And then when he's going to go get certain situations done, they don't want to help him, do you get what I mean? The moment he started dressing down, everyone wants to help him, do you get what I mean? So it showed me like sometimes a lot of people, maybe it's insecurities, I don't know, do you get me? But a lot of people don't like it. They don't, I was about to say something mad. A lot of people don't like showing off, do you get what I mean? And sometimes it's not even showing off, you just might naturally just be like that. Another perfect example, G Fresh, for example. G Fresh come into the game doing everything, do you get what I mean, yeah? So he didn't get the respect he deserved. Because I think G Fresh was dope. Rapper, everything, do you get what I mean? But everyone's looking at it like, you've already got it though. Why should, do you get what I mean?
Do you think it's the same now though? Do you think people like G Fresh were before their time?
100 million.
Yeah, like
a lot of people, Sincere would have, like, because we come from, bro, do you get what I mean? So we understand it, do you get what I mean? I would still go pay for it, something of G Fresh's or something of Sincere's, just because at the same time, I like people progressing. I like seeing people do well, because that basically means I've got the same opportunity. Whereas a lot of people are not like that. A lot of people.
Do you think that that's what the thing is that if people can't see your progress, they don't feel like they're growing with you?
100%,
So they just feel like you've
100%.
come in a privileged
Exactly,
position.
100%.
Do you think So Solid suffered from that as well, would you say?
They were the first to do it that big. So we was looking at them like, can I swear?
Of course you can.
Okay, we were looking at it like, what the fuck's going on? Do you get what I mean? When So Solid first come through. But then when we ain't got the label backing or anything, people are going to look at it like, where is he getting his money from? I don't want to put more money in his pocket.
I think
do you know
So
what I mean?
Solid was a bit of a different case because when they did it, because they'd done it and it was, we still felt like they were us.
Yeah.
And they'd done it in a different way, and it was a bunch of black people on our screens and we couldn't believe this. They were doing a madness.
Yeah.
But as they progressed and a lot of other artists started to emerge, people got used to that.
Yeah,
so we
that's
started
exactly
to
what
expect
it is.
different.
That's
We
exactly
started to
what
want
it
to
is.
see your journey, and the more we see people's journey, the more we want to
We
see their
respect it,
pain.
yeah.
And we respect that.
100%.
But in you lot's journey, do you feel like you were hard done by? Do you feel like you people skipped you?
Just being real, yeah. I kind of feel like with what we was contributing and everything, they wasn't ready for it. Do you get what I mean? Sometimes I could play you songs now that were on the Marvel album, 5 years, 6 years ago, probably even 7 years ago. You'll listen to it now and be like, I can play this now. this will potentially go number one now. Do you get what I mean? So sometimes when you are ahead of your time, a lot of people ain't going to get it. I'll say certain stuff to people where they only get it 3-4 years later. Do you get what I mean? But at the time, I was just thinking like that. Do you get what I mean? Mentally, I was like that. Do you get what I mean? And I think that's the whole thing with Marvel. We've just always been like, we need to do bigger than what it is right now. Do you get what I mean? Like,
so what about like awards and stuff? Do you feel like there was any awards? Like if you had like the rated awards, then do you feel like you would have been
100 million? Like, if Marvel was in this day and age, we'll be bullying it.
You know what song I really like from Marvel? You are that star in the sky.
You told me about that song, yeah. And
That's
then
my rhythm.
I just don't
That
ever
song
want
was
you to
cold.
sing again.
She's on him. Hey, no, but I tell people that even down to like the melodic stuff. We was doing it from 7 years ago.
You was doing it before.
Do you get what I mean? So
for a lot of people.
yeah, like so that this is why, say for example, this generation, I'm happy this generation is the way it is now, because what I saw then, I could just bring it to this day and age. It's like Dappy. Dappy doesn't have a problem releasing music anytime in any generation because he's good at what he does. Do you get what I mean? He's very good at what he does. Do you get what I mean? Me, I've done the melody thing and I was just for the fact that I liked music is the only reason I tried it, but people just didn't get it at the time. Once I dropped Marvel Music, that's when everyone started, oh shit, do you get what I mean? But it was so late because we've got fans now, do you get what I mean? And our fans are pushing us. It's not the industry telling us anything, or do you get what I mean?
All right, so you call yourself the flow father.
The biggest.
Yeah, and you've demonstrated how sick you are with the flows.
biggest,
I
the
can't
biggest.
lie. Check out the NFTR freestyle.
Come on.
One of the first on here. Cold.
Yeah, proper things.
So who else?
I love people from Tottenham, you know. You just said, so you describe yourself as the flow father. The biggest.
biggest.
Come on.
Come on.
That
Nah,
Tottenham
that thing
swag.
set. Burberry, the patternist.
All right, so I don't know. Maybe we could list a couple of people and you could tell us if they got good flows or not. Or no, actually, let's not do that.
Yeah, I don't mind you doing it.
No,
man.
we
I
do
don't
wanna
lie
do
to-
that.
I don't lie to
But
myself.
I'm thinking about some of these American guys that are out now popping,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
obviously Migos.
Yeah.
They've got their own
Yeah,
style and flow.
they've got
Is
such a
that-
different
is-
niche.
Is
Yeah,
that a
they've
flow?
got- no, they've got
Is
it,
that a
they've got
cold
it, they've
flow?
got it, they've got it.
Is
Do
that
you
a
know-
cold? Because a lot of
It's-
people call it mumble rap and
They
shit.
can call it mumble rap as much as they want, but if you actually listen to it and the swag and the whole persona and everything, it works. Do you get what I mean? As long as it works, because sometimes there's difference between, let's say for example, there's M&Ms, there's levels to it of flows.
Yeah.
That's what people fail to understand. Some people talk gibberish while they're spitting. Do you get me? Then there's the M&Ms. There's someone that's Busta Rhymes, that song with Janet Jackson. I forgot what it's even called. If you hear Busta Rhymes, I listen to it and I'm like, what even made you even, you get me? Like, what made you even do it like that? Do you know what I mean?
21 Savage. Is that? What do you say about that flow? Because that's a style that a lot of people have kind of inherited.
It's worked for him. It's not just me being real, it's not the best flow, but it's worked for him. Do you get
So
what I mean?
about the UK style of drill, that kind of flow.
Some of them are actually dope.
Like
Some
who?
of them are actually dope. I've heard one you called Lodge Up. Heady One's dope. Lodge Up. There's some you. I think he's from A6 or A7. Called T Muller, the white you. I forgot what his name is, but he's cold.
Here's T Muller.
Is his name T Muller? He's cold. I've heard like
Big
a
up
good
T
5.
Muller.
Yeah, Lodge Up T Muller. Like I've heard like a good 5 stuff of his. His flow's amazing. Do you get what I mean? Okay. All of these new. Everyone just. I think once I hear one thing that I like, I need to hear like a good 3-4 before I give you the stamp.
Outside of you though,
Yeah. Don't gas me, man.
outside of you, like who has got the sickest pocket game?
Gets.
Like Gets. Okay.
Yeah, Gets has got this man in the bag. Gets has always been cold though,
Do you
man.
think you're
What about
more
Dukes?
skippy than Gets? Or do you think
You're trying to do me
level?
wrong, Posty, man.
No,
I
it's
guess you're
actually-
my brother, you know. You're
It's
my
actually
brother.
a good question because you're both extremely skippy. Like,
Yeah, I think we've got different pockets. Like we've got our own different unique styles. Do you
Okay,
get what
but
I mean?
if you lost going into something, because I know Gets is competitive anyway, so he will tell you if he feels like
I got respect for my
he's
elders,
doing-
man.
However, you know, you're in this as a competitive thing at this stage.
Facts,
Coach is
yeah.
asking between you and Gets. What?
I'm always gonna pick myself though. I'm the best at what I do. You know what I mean?
Give us a 5 then, because I know you're gonna pick yourself first. But give us a 5. Who is
Oh, flow wise, yeah.
flow
wise?
Doug. Gets, Screw Fizzer, Lady Lee Shaw, Kano, and one more. Do you know who's bad, but everyone doesn't give him his respect? J2K.
Oh come
Yeah,
on.
JTK.
I want to put Manga in there as well because Manga's
Yeah, Manga's
amazing.
cold as well,
Manga's
man.
amazing. But J2K doesn't get the respect he deserves, but J2K is amazing lyrically.
I second that.
100%.
I second that.
100%.
I'm always on him to put out new music.
Yeah,
I do want you to return to this house.
Yeah.
Supposed to.
Dag.
I want you to take a trip down memory lane.
Oh, no, I used to go check them because Vertex used to shoot some videos.
Was you going to check them because you were shooting the videos or because the house was popping?
Oh, no. When I went there was dead. But there was always
Wow.
residue. There was always residue.
Wow.
No, but there was always...
I don't know what Posty is
'cause
talking
when I
about.
go there, I'm going there to work. So there's always residue of the fun of the night before. If
I don't know what
that makes any
Posty is
sense.
talking about.
But
He's lying.
It was a good place. It was a good place to go.
Because you was
work and
causing
chill.
trouble with my agency.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what I was talking about.
I hear that, Chams.
So there was things, and I'm like, the face music models, the double and them, man, they're just causing trouble. So, and I had to have a conversation with you when we had our first office in Tottenham. I had to call you in. I was like, hey, what's happening, man? You're disrupting the peace,
I'm not
man.
doing nothing. I was in my best behaviour.
Okay, right, she was on your best behaviour.
No.
I mean, I don't know if that's the truth, but, you know, we're going to swear to the
You can
cameras
say
and shit.
that, Shams, but I was on my best behaviour. I was a good dude, man.
At
You
all
get me?
times.
Yeah,
All
the
Alright,
gal
cool.
them
So
know.
talk to me now. So obviously Marvel's happened now. You said obviously AR recordings didn't really want Always Recordings, forgive me.
Yeah.
Didn't really want to take on Marvel as the group.
Yeah.
I'm sure you did one project with them now, surely.
Yeah.
I think
But
I remember seeing it.
it's not they didn't want to, but at the time, if say for example, okay, your focus is Chip and your focus is Double as well, yeah, do you get what I mean? Yeah. Everything else, whether you like it or not, it would now and again you'll be able to do it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And
It
at the
wasn't like a passion because there was other passions that were bigger at the
exactly,
time.
and I can't knock that.
Of
Do you
course,
get
so
me?
that makes sense. Then you do the Esky beat doesn't take off as much because there was so many of you, but you lot was all sick.
tried, yeah,
Then
of
you
course,
do
yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Then it's like Marvel broke up, but no. I remember you even announced that
Yeah.
Marvel broke up.
Yeah,
so how
yeah.
did Marvel break up? Because you're all in the house together.
Yeah.
You're living. Vertex is shooting the maddest videos out here.
Yeah.
Big up Vertex as well, because Vertex actually is. I remember there was a time where we all started directing.
Yeah.
Like we'd have like a DOP and we'll tell, I'm actually all right now. But beforehand, I would just be like, yeah, film that, film this, film that. I directed bare videos, but it wasn't like something that I learned to direct because I had to.
Of course, yeah.
Whereas, and a few other artists got into it. Like, I won't say any names because I don't want them to feel like I don't rate them as directors. But Vertex, it
was his
one
passion.
of the only people that I feel like that came natural to you. Like, it's, I don't know if you went to like directing school or like something, but he was just like,
self-taught, innit?
He was doing it in uni.
He wasn't, no,
Yeah,
G-Fresh
like-
was cold.
yeah, no, G-Fresh was cold, but G-Fresh...
No, G-Fresh was cold.
G-Fresh is cold. No, but G-Fresh is more like me. He's more like, you get an idea...
And you try it out.
And then you execute it, and then you also the DOP. Like Vertex is like sits on the computer, he's editing. He
did everything still in one
Yeah,
shot.
no,
he knows,
okay,
He
right.
like knows all the gadgets. Like I want the 30-foot crane. Like we don't know all that. We just say I want a crane, or I just want it to.
Now
be filmed
G-Fresh
like
knew
that.
what crane was happening.
Yeah, I know.
100%. He might
I'm
not have been on the
listen,
computer,
I'm not
but he
taking
knew.
it away from G.
Okay,
I'm
I just
trying
need to make
say-
sure.
I'm just trying to, but you don't see G as a director now, do you? Because it's not his passion.
Can I tell you that I'm wanting you?
G directed most of his videos alone.
And he
'cause
was- yeah, they were some of
because
my
he wanted
favourite
it to be
videos.
sick. You're making it look like I don't think G's a good director.
I mean, it
G,
is
you're
what it
big
is,
up.
but I'm
Big
just
up.
saying that I
up
Listen,
can't.
all right, get to the point now. Big up G.
I got to the point.
And big up
I
Jack
said it-
Fresh
I
as
said-
well.
I said- I
Yeah,
said
obviously Jack
Vertex
Fresh,
was a
we're not
proper-
trying to take that from him.
was
Or
a proper
Scorcher.
sick director.
Yeah, Scorcher.
Was a proper sick director. So, yeah, no, most definitely. Anyway, so what I was going to ask you was, how comes you took the break?
Basically, when we was in the yard, just me being 100% real, do you get what I mean? Me and V kind of fell out at one stage, do you get what I mean? So it just reached a stage where I kind of felt like we're doing all of this and you've got obviously your own situations and everything. Obviously, you was older than us, do you get what I mean? But let's pattern this so we can move forward. Because I'm the youngest, you might not want to listen, do you get what I mean? Which is totally understandable, but at the same time, you're fucking it up now. Do you get what I mean? Because now it's like me and Shocker has to wait for you to be ready. Do you get what I mean? And obviously, because he had life situations, I won't talk about it, do you get me? But he had life situations that made him, maybe, let me be a bit selfish. But I just think when you took it a bit too far to the point where it's like, now I'm kind of thinking to myself, should I even be doing this? Do you get what I mean? And then just another situation of me being real, Kreps and Conan, their deal, we was in the meeting the day after they had the meeting as well. So we was gonna, like, it was basically either us or Kreps and Conan. Do you get what I mean? the guy told us, obviously, boom, like we can market you lot well, we can rare this and that, gave us the proper info. So we're like, all right, cool, let's go finish off Marvell FM5 and let's go tell our story and rare this and that. Your mind's somewhere else. You get me? And I don't knock that, I get it, but at the same time, let's just finish this bit so we can move forward anyway. Everything you're stressing about, this sorts it. Do you get what I mean? I personally feel like a man didn't understand it to the degree, and then obviously you've got like 25 things that you're thinking of at once. Do you get me? Don't get it twisted, to be a director, to be all of these things, and to think of everything at once, it's not easy. I'm doing it now, and I know it's not easy. Do you get me? But at the same time, the only difference with me now is if I've got, say for example, I've got this new thing called M Global, Shockers on it, Sub 10s on it, Walkers on it, Rare this and that. I've got all these people that, whether I like it or not, are relying on me. Do you get what I mean? So I have to be on point. When you're not on point, and then we're phoning your phone all the time and you're like, I don't really want to hear it, Rare, this and that, yeah, you're fucking it up, do you get what I mean? Because eventually, after a while, we're not going to want to F with you too tough, do you get what I mean? So after we left the Marvel House, for example, yeah, I love the fact I'm calling it the Marvel House. After we left the Marvel House, me and him our relationship kind of was like, all right, you might have wasted my time a little bit, do you get what I mean? So after a while, I said to myself, do you know what, like, I think we just need to separate, do you get me, for a bit? And then it just became, I ain't spoke to him in like a year.
And what was your lot's relationship like, or like while you was all together? Because I know he was like the older brother, so he kind of played a bit more of the in charge role, right?
Yeah.
So then, how was it for you guys after? Because obviously, if he was dictating like, okay, this is what happens,
yeah.
and then you guys are kind of there like, oh, okay, now we're by ourselves.
Yeah.
Plus, obviously everyone was screaming that Double should be by himself anyway.
Yeah.
This was something that was quite prominent of a dialogue.
Yeah.
Is that Double should leave the group and be by himself. This is what people want.
Yeah, I think, always remember, him and Shocker were the same age. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe Shocker was a few months younger, but they were practically the same age, whereas I'm the younger brother. So when the younger brother talks sometimes, you might think he doesn't know what he's talking about. I personally feel me and his relationship would have been calm if he just listened. Do you get what I mean? Because I'm not a hard person to get along with. I tell people this all the time, like, out the area I'm from is one of the most in Tottenham. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, I get along with everyone. Do you get what I mean? And so when people are trying it, it's like, Rad, do you want me to activate for me and your situation to be proper, or do you get me? I'm trying to be as calm as possible. When it reaches a stage where we're having a meeting in the yard a good 25 times, there's a problem now. Do you get what I mean? And at the same time, I kind of look at it like, you might not be taking it serious because you think that man's going to be here forever. And I believe that's with everyone. Do you get what I mean? You could be in a relationship with someone, and just for the fact that that person thinks that, that person's not going nowhere. They think that they can do certain stuff or move a certain way until you literally say, all right, cool, don't phone me. Do you get me? A month or two, now it's serious. Now they take you serious, do you get me? But when you're in that person's space all the time, we're waking up looking at each other, do you get what I mean?
But how would someone be that comfortable knowing, because a lot of people, yeah, that was definitely a pause, quick pause.
No, Elton.
So people were saying, okay, it's double and chip, it's double and chip, it's double and chip. So how did that level of complacency become bestowed upon V? Like, how did he become that comfortable? Is it because he knew for sure that you was never going to go anywhere? I don't
this is I think it's them ones where once you learn someone's traits and how someone moves, and if they're calm with you to a certain degree, it's like we all know how to get past our mums. Do you get what I mean? Regardless of how much stupidness that we do, that woman's not leaving us. Do you get what I mean? Obviously, some mums maybe are different, but me, I can never leave my child, whatever the situation is. I don't have children, ladies. You get me? But yeah. So I could.
You dropped that in cold.
I was good.
Wow.
You get me? So I would never be able to leave my child in it. So I think sometimes when you get to a point where if it's family,
hold on, Posty is so proud of you right now.
I am.
So anyway, yeah. Yeah, like I could never leave my child, for example, yeah. So when you think that someone's your brethren until the end, and I'm just being real, I'm a loyal person. Like if I'm in your corner, I'm really in your corner. You can ask anyone, do you get what I mean? So after a while, I kind of felt like you're just used to this. Do you get me? You're used to man being about your rare. And that's just me being real. I don't have any bad things to say about him too tough, rare. He knows. Like,
but was there any stages where you were like, actually, you're watching Chip's journey, and it was you and Chip. Even, like a lot of people was like, okay, it's
and Ice Kid.
Yeah.
And Ice Kid.
I feel like it was you three.
Ice Kid was amazing, and Grim was
And Grim.
And Grim. Oh, my days, yeah.
bad boys.
So what's your relationship with these guys now? Like,
We're cool.
Like your colleagues?
We're cool. Like,
Talk us through the list. Where are you now?
I ain't seen I'm second still. I'm playing. But I ain't seen Maverick in years. Me, Griminal, I've spoke to Griminal during the year, and Ice Kid, we hit each other up on Insta. Me and Chip were supposed to be doing something. He's busy, I'm busy, do you get what I mean? But me and Chip are cool, do you get what I mean? There's no beefs, do you get me? Like everyone, I think everyone just has to do them. And I want Ice Kid and Griminal to come back properly, because I think they were so amazing at what they did at the time. Yeah. Life just might have taken a toll, do you know what I mean?
But did you ever do Fuck Radio? Was you on that?
No, I wanted to, because I wanted to come kill someone, but they didn't give man the phone call.
Who did you want to kill?
Not kill, literally.
Yeah, but who was you?
Flow-wise.
Flow-wise, I just wanted to come over there and deliver, man, but you get me. Remember,
everyone was on there. Hey.
Yeah, no, they knew not to phone that big man. You get me? No, I'm playing.
But Double, what was your relationship? So obviously you and Chip, like I know that there was four of you, four main contenders, but you two were the two that was
the
most
biggest.
Yeah, and people was comparing a lot.
Yeah.
Like, how did that affect you lot's relationship? Did it create a strain on you at all?
With me, I think I've never been one of them people to hate on Chip as much as everyone's tried to be in my ear. Do you get what I mean? Like, I've always given Chip his respect because he works very hard.
So people did try to
100
turn
million. I heard the most, but they just don't understand that I'm aware of what's going on. So I'm not going to buy this energy that you're trying to feed, man. Do you get what I mean?
Because it was nice to see you guys freestyle that you did.
100 million.
And to see you guys just skipping around
course,
together.
Yeah. What people don't understand, I actually have so much love for Chip, yeah? Like, Chip's got his own way of how he is like. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, that's I can't change that. Do you get me? But me, it's like when we met each other through music. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So the relationship will be based on that. It won't be based on, this is my bread. Like, he is my brethren, do you get me? But it won't be based on, he's did this, so I'm on him because, sometimes if you're in ends, for example, some people will be like, I've been his brethren for like 10 years. Why would he do me like this or this and that? If we based it on, I've met you through music, do you get what I mean? So I didn't meet you in my area, do you get me? I met you music purposes, do you get me? So I shouldn't expect anything from you anyway, do you get what I mean? Whereas someone that's from the same area and background and everything, our mums have been through the same situations, all of this, do you get me? So it's a completely different
Okay,
love,
that's great,
and
that sounds really, really politically correct. But there must have been some situations where people was like, okay, right, so we've got this list here, and it's either going to be Double or Chip or Double. Were there any situations where you felt like you missed out to Chip?
Any situations? There was an incident where I my management hit up a PR company, and Chip was on the PR company. But they didn't tell me who the person was, but they just said that they couldn't take me on. Do you get what I mean? And with me, because I get business, I'm not a feelings person, do you get what I mean? I understand the business of it. So I was just like, let's move on, do you get what I mean? Like, I'm not them people that would dwell on it. Do you get me? I'll be like, okay, what's the other door? Where's the other door? Do you get what I mean?
That doesn't even mean that it came from that side. They probably just had
I don't think he did that.
Yeah. But some people,
that's just a timing thing.
Some people in the music industry, because I've been noticing around, everybody takes things so like personally and creates issues when there's no.
Then their feelings. Get out of your feelings.
Issues, you know what I'm trying to say? But all right, Dobbs. That's what I want to talk to you about. Yeah.
Chat to me.
When I see Double S as an artist, do you know, you remind me a bit like Joel Santana, yeah.
The biggest.
In the sense where like you're super sick, everybody knows you, and you still MC. But we're waiting for you to come back.
Of course, properly, yeah.
Like when I say come back, I just mean like
the
seeing
biggest,
your face at least once every couple months.
Yeah.
Like we know that you're actually
here to
becoming a musician now because you're that sick. You know what I'm trying to say? So what is it? Obviously, I can understand like you have been through a lot. You've been through a lot of different situations.
100.
So where do you see yourself now in the current climate of the music scene, and how do you feel like you're going to take it, or where are you going to take it? Like what's next? Like,
I got this thing with me, where I think everyone knows that I'm good at what I do. They know I can bar. Do you get what I mean? I personally don't think they've heard my 100% potential though. Do you get what I mean? And because of that, i.e., say for example, people don't know I write songs. Do you get what I mean? Like I literally do ghostwriting as well and all of these things on the side. So that was that.
Have you ghostwritten any hits?
Not other people's. I've got my own. To get me at the moment anyway. I kind of want to just write my own in it. Yeah, but soon enough anyway, you'll hear bits and bobs. But even down to my next CD, for example, my next CD, I'm just gonna put it out there. My next CD is called The Groove. The reason it's called The Groove, I kind of feel I dropped Double Vision this year. But it's like, you see how Kreps and Conan's got 7 Days, 7 Nights. I made a whole batch of songs that were just wavy. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, and I kind of felt like, it's not grime, but people need to hear this because this is dope. This is something I can hear in the next 10 years or the next 5 years and still be able to bang it. Do you know what I mean? So now that's what I'm just about to jump into at the beginning of next year. Do you know what I mean? So when it comes down to like my album, I can just mix the both. Do you get what I mean? A bit of wave, a bit of grime. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, like.
So do you think they changed the game by releasing that, the 7 Days and 7 Nights?
It's allowed us, but to be fair, obviously, if I'm gonna be real, like the new lot have allowed us to do that. Do you get what I mean? The new energy, I call it the new energy. The Young Banes, the Kojo Funds, the who else? Young'un, the J Husses. Like they've allowed how I've always seen music. And I wished music was over here is how it's like now. Do you get what I mean?
I feel that 7 Days, 7 Nights is a bit of a game changer. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like Kreps and Conan don't get enough credit for what they've done.
But people will never do that. They will never give it to you straight away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll talk about that though when they come on the show.
How have you got away with not having like one like clash with someone?
I know.
Do you know what it is? I'm a chessboard player. I'm not even. I'm the best.
That's what the
I'm the
streets are
best.
saying.
Running.
The streets can say what they want.
Posties are wind
Let me
up,
show you
you know.
something. No, do you know what it is? I rate him still. Let me show you something. With me, I'm one of them guys where I'm a humble lion.
Not even a one clash in 14 years.
No, I respect Maxstar.
Yeah, but can you not play with James?
Maxter as well.
Maxter's very pockety.
That's what I'm saying.
I see
Maxter.
Maxter. Me and Maxter, we've squashed it.
Okay, but can we just have a moment for Jay? And Jay did not let anything skirt.
For those that just remind people of the Maxter situation.
Still rate, you know.
Okay, let me just.
I rate, you know, Jay.
I'm gonna be honest in it. Yeah. So around that time, just me personally, what I think happened was he was trying to get his name up, and then he just randomly sent for me. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. At the time, I'm not gonna lie, I was taking it mad serious. Like I'm one of them guys. I don't like altercations with people. I just keep it to yourself if you got a problem, because if I take it too serious, I might want to do something. Do you get me? So around them times, anyway. I've heard it, I've showed it to Shocker, I'm like, you can't be being serious, do you get me? So I aired it. And then I think I started talking crud for some reason, I don't know why. And then I got a phone call from Target and he was in the background, do you get me? So then after I realized, it's not what I think it is. Because what I think it is, I'll do the most, do you get what I mean? Or the people around me will end up doing the most. So when I clocked on, okay, you're just trying to get into this thing, right? This and that, I was like, cool. Then he said something else and I was like, no, I can't allow him though, because I'm cold at spitting. So then I did that thing at Metropolis of me on, I think it was on our blog thing, where we started doing the brown hat thing.
Oh yeah, taking it back, I can remember.
Shocker started running his mouth, do you get what I mean? Shocker's doing the most, Shocker's mouth is dog, no one. So anyway, yeah, so boom, and then cut that bit out still. So, now I'm being serious, you know, you're not gonna forget. So then after that, what happened? They wanted, I think, what's his name, Jammer, actually wanted man to clash. Do you get me? But I've always said no. Do you get me? I don't know why, but I've always said no to this situation. I kind of always feel like that's not my route. I don't know why, because I kind of feel like the moment that you allow that to be your route, that's when everyone kind of says, I just want to hear him clash.
Do you think that that's the case with Chip? Because obviously Chip's had a resurgence as a result of his clashing.
Yeah.
And people have been like, actually, this guy's killer pen is crazy. And I think it's really worked for him. Do you think that that's the case there?
Chip's good at music as well, but sometimes it takes away from the music because everyone's so used to seeing you do that. Like if I go to Levi, for example, and they're used to making jackets, I don't care anything else they make. I'm coming to Levi for their jacket.
But do you think that that's the case with Chip? Do you think people aren't anticipating a track? Like a song, like from Chip or album?
They want to see him clash. They get excited seeing him clash. Do you get me? That's especially
he's one of the best we've seen.
100 million.
Really still enjoy Chip's music.
No, we all.
I do. But
I believe we all enjoy the music.
I don't think Chip's a good example to use for that, because Chip was a musician before the clashing, and he's been like a really consistent musician after the clash, and I think someone.
But that's why I wanted to use him as an example. Exactly why? Because of the fact that we know that he's a dope artist as a whole.
Yeah.
And then he is clashing also.
He's an all-rounder, yeah.
So I think that sometimes, you know, the dialogue is you can either do either or.
Yeah, of course.
So it's great to be able to see that he's able to do both.
I believe you should be able to do both. Say, for example, Austin tweeted something the other day and he said, if you like, say, for example, a Rolls Royce, for example, the only reason it's so much money is because you like specific, there's so much things, the interior, the everything about it, do you get me? And that's how you should be as an artist. So we're all trying to do that, but there's one thing about that car which is going to, which will be the reason that you want to get the car, do you get what I mean? So that's how I kind of look at it. But with Chip, he's kind of made himself the person, the dope clashing that, do you get what I mean? So at the same time, it's like his music, we all love the music on top. But we love it when Chip goes to, he's sending for this person, how's this going to turn out rare? This and
I think it's quite balanced
entertaining,
though.
yeah.
I mean, if you look at his views and like he's got songs in
100
clubs
million,
and that,
100,
like when he's not clashing,
100, yeah.
the views are strong.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, he's doing that releases.
You know what? Right, so I think Posty made a good reference point earlier, like you're like the Jules Santana. And if you think about Jewels and Wayne back in the day, you might want to call Chip the Wayne. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you was at the same
Yeah.
kind of level, pushing each other.
Yeah.
And also, like in your top 5, you mentioned names like Manga, a couple of others.
Yeah.
Like you lot are sick technicians.
Yeah, 100, yeah.
Posty might want to jump in on the answer to this as well.
Yeah.
Is like, what are you gonna do that's different? Because you said you missed out on the Virgin Records thing.
Yeah.
You said you missed out to the PR companies
Yeah.
and a few things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What are you gonna? Is good music good enough? Is what I'm saying. In today's day and age, and Posty, you might want to answer this, is good music good enough?
I think music...
Just being a good rapper?
No, not the rap. Being a rapper is not good enough because there's thousands of us. Dropping good music, the song, will change your situation. This is a little, what's it called for artists as well. Drop 4 songs in a year. The right 4 songs, your life will change like water.
Okay, but
Yeah,
double.
I mean,
You reckon?
I think
100 million?
like water.
Like
Record
water.
it.
But
Like
I think
water.
it's an important question that Viz is asking because everybody knows you're the flow father. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
the
out
biggest,
here.
the biggest.
You're doing flow father. Do you think that sometimes that holds you back, not even just to other people, but to yourself, because you're expecting to have to deliver this flow that is phenomenal in order to
Yeah.
give the people what they want?
I think people expect the flow now. Do you get what I mean? So my thing is this, like, if you're following me on my journey, if you just want me for the flow, I'll be able to always deliver the flow. But if you're following me on my journey, regardless of if I drop something wavy or if I drop flow or if I drop a gal song rare, this and that, really being to the gal them, you get me catering to the gal them, yeah? You'll still appreciate it. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, I believe you should be an all-rounder. Music to me is art. It's not just, I came into this grime thing and I'm just going to stick to grime. No, it's an art form. Do you get what I mean? So if I walked into a room and there's a painting, for example, yeah, I'm going to be, I have to create a painting that is worth buying. Do you get what I mean? And it doesn't necessarily just need to have red on it. It can have pink, purple, whatever the situation is. It just depends what sort of artist you are. Do you get me? A lot of people, I believe, can only do one thing, which is, I don't knock that, do you get me? But unfortunately, God's blessed the big man. Do you get what I mean? So I'm able to do a lot of all these other things, and I know I'm good at it. Do you get what I mean? As much as everyone, I don't need reassurance. I'm one of them guys. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, so one of our NFTR, I guess, what would you call Wiley to NFTR right now?
Our
He's like-
favourite guest.
No, he's not a guest.
He's not even a guest.
He's
the
like
guy-
our fourth host.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
fourth host.
he's like our fourth host.
Yeah.
So you did a track with him.
The biggest.
Where was he? Where was Wiley?
Wiley was in Amsterdam.
Okay, but
On the day of
how
the
did he
shoot.
get there? Was this the day that he was supposed to
On
be
the
here?
day
He
of
was
the
in
shoot,
Amsterdam.
Wiley was in Amsterdam. Do you know what it is? He told me on the day. Do you get what I mean? Like, my manager saw it actually. He's like, "Are you sure Wiley's coming to this shoot?" I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "He's on a plane going to Amsterdam." I was like,
Was this the day that he was meant to be at
Yeah.
NFTR and he was in Amsterdam?
Amsterdam. Wiley was in Amsterdam. Do you get me?
Okay, so and those kind of situations, because I have to ask. So you're there, you're shooting, you've organised a video.
Hey, please.
Organising videos and is stress.
Got Bentley out and man
Yeah.
paid peas.
And
you
then
get me? Fur
Wiley's-
jackets.
And then Wiley's not called you, but you found out indirectly that
Yeah.
Wiley's not in
Yeah.
attendance.
I literally, the video was supposed to be imagined. So when I found out Wiley wasn't attending that one, we made another day for the video shoot. Do you get me? And he didn't even turn up to that one. But I get him. While he's been in it for so long, yeah, that, say for example, even down to me when people want me to do stuff, like, I fully understand why. I didn't understand it before. I used to always be like, why is, like, it doesn't make sense. You're the forefather of it. It's like basically your dad acting up in the yard. Do you get what I mean? I don't understand it. So after a while, I kind of got to a stage where I said to myself, right, cool. Like, with Will, I just have to accept it that this is how you're like, this is how you do things. Bear in mind, you're one person. You're not like, say, for example, 30 people that you can quickly go do this verse for P Money or quickly go do this for Skepta or quickly at the same time. So I just said, you know what, like, I got the verse, 2.3 million views, streams on Spotify. I can't complain.
Man.
No, most definitely. How do we get Marvel back together, though? Is there any chance of Marvel ever getting back together or reuniting?
Right now, I don't see it happening, just being real with you.
How about a Marvel reunion tour in like 5 years?
Maybe 5, I don't know. I don't know how I don't know how God's going to...
What's your relationship like with V right now?
We don't talk.
So you and Vertex don't talk at all now?
Yeah.
Okay, so Posty, that might have been the hurdle you needed to cross first.
Do you think if you did, you would have maybe been as big as a BBK? Do you think you could have taken it that far?
I'm just going to give you like the God's honest truth. Where our heads were even at, we went to go view a £10 million house.
Wow.
This was in Woodford Town.
You went to go view a £10 million house?
Bro, where our head... We wanted to be the next Beastie Boys. We didn't come here to play because we assessed that we're the 3 black boys in London. Do you get what I mean? So it's very hard for us to... If we're just doing road stuff, yeah, they're not going to accept it. Do you get me? Where our head was at, even down to the music. I can play you the songs now, yeah, and you'll be like, you lot was trying to go for it. Like, you lot was not coming here to play it at all. Do you get me?
I think some things might have taken a little bit longer for you guys, and then other things came into play, and that was the demise. But I think, you know what I mean? I think a lot of it was before, because you lot were before your time.
100 million. Like, I've always said, sometimes when... Like, I've never had the career of going through the front door. I've never, like, people will never understand it. And no, you're doing too much, man.
Go on.
But I've never had, my career was never like, if, say, for example, this was a house, we're going through the window.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Or we're going on the roof, but we're getting in the yard to get the belly, do you get me? So that's always been my career. And because I understand that I have to do more than the average person. Or I don't expect my career to be like, okay, you drop one song and then, ooh, everyone's gassing you. Do you get me? Right, this and that. My career will be, you see me, but you don't know what I'm on. But you know I'm cold at what I do. I'm just randomly about, do you get me? And then there's going to be the one day where you're just like, nah, but I always knew that he had it. Do you get what I mean? So that's my whole MO.
100%. You're definitely one of the most credible.
I love my brother.
One of the most credible.
Appreciate
You said that in the pipeline, there may be something with Chip. We want to see that happen.
Of course,
but also in the pipipeline, what we're hearing is Skepta.
The biggest.
Yeah. So what has that already happened?
The biggest.
With Skepta, do you know what it is? Funny thing is, when we was on the Skepta tour in 2010 as Marvel, Kreps and Conan's got a song with Skepta called, I think, Tour Bus Massacre.
Yeah, mad tune. Yeah, I love that tune.
You see the end where Conan says, I'll make you... talking S, I'll make you see double. I was supposed to be after that just winging out and getting ham. I think we was on tour, but we was in Newcastle. I think them lot went to Leeds or somewhere.
Timing's killed you a couple of times in this thing, innit?
No, it's the test from God. That's all it is. Do you get me? But I'm patient. You get me? Because when it happens, everyone's gonna be like.
So you wasn't about to do the verse, basically?
No, I was on. We're en route to Leeds.
So why didn't you do it?
Because they were they did it on the tour bus and shot the video on the tour bus before they went on stage. So I was supposed to be there, but basically we stayed in Newcastle for 2 days. I'm not going to tell you why, but we stayed in Newcastle for 2 days.
Why? What happened? Come on,
Chams, you're doing too much. So basically we stayed in
I was beaten up.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Do you know what? That's a good lesson. You see that? That's a good lesson, you know? You see what happens when you get sidetracked
much fun.
and you don't stay focused. That's a good lesson for the
MLB.
youngers that are listening.
I don't know what these lads are talking about anyway.
Anyway.
So talking about timing, obviously you had Michael Dapper in your video.
Yeah.
Seeing his
The
rise.
biggest.
Yes.
Right now.
Seeing the rise of him, like how and the pause definitely.
The best stuff, you know.
It's definitely
The best stuff.
the biggest.
Hey, you see this NFTR
pause.
thing? It's nuts, you know.
Hey, that is the wildest pause
I
I've
paused
ever had.
quickly posting.
That was wild.
So how was that? What's your feeling there? Because he was your dad in that.
The big
That
boy.
was your father.
So
he
boom
was
now.
the flow father. He was the flow father's father.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what I like about him? When he come to the studio, to the video shoot, he like doing too much. So when he come to the video shoot, he's turned around straight away. Like, I'm a grown man. You heard what JD Kiss said about that thing, though, innit?
Anyway.
I'm a grown man, shouldn't have to say so. Boom now, yeah? That was good, didn't it? All right, so when he was, the whole way he maneuvered himself and he was talking to man and everything, I just kind of felt like you've got your head screwed on. Do you get what I mean? Like, you're not, like, I met Michael Dapper, I think, last year. The first time I met him, I think it was his birthday, and he had, I think it was in Vauxhall, he had a tracksuit party. A man pulled up in a range, his brethren come behind in the Merc, you get me? I've never seen him before. My manager was like, some guy called Michael Dapper is up-and-coming comedian, rare, this and that, he's about to do his thing, rare, this and that, do you want to go to his party? I was like, why not? You know what I mean? So went there. Inside there, I'm seeing Bonkers, I'm seeing Cadet, I'm seeing who else was in there? All the South lot, do you get what I mean, that are popping at the moment. And then, obviously, they're like, what are you doing here, Double? Do you get what I mean? And I was just like, no, I just come into vibe, rare, this and that. The party was lit. Do you get me? It was stupid. So I was like, who's this guy? Like something, after a while, I'm thinking to myself, right, like this guy's, do you get me? He's doing his thing. So then I followed him. I was busting up for days, do you get me? So then when he come to the video shoot, he just literally, he gets in character.
But what? So how did that happen? How did that come about?
No, my manager, I think him and my manager knew each other, do you get what I mean, from before, do you get what I mean? So obviously, because he was doing his thing, it just made sense. And at the same time, I've always kind of felt like the videos over here, some of them are too much the same, do you get what I mean? There's no comedic stuff around it. That's even down to Marvel, like we made sure our thing was entertaining a little bit, do you get what I mean? So I kind of felt like it needed that. Like when I'm watching Jay-Z's video with Pharrell and then the dad that was in Friday, and he's just walking about like, oh, who's that girl over there? Rare? He's cussing them first, and then he's like, who's that girl? Let me go inside the rave. Like, stuff like that. I like seeing stuff like that in videos. It entertains me. Do you get me? Because if I was watching this and it wasn't my video, I still want to be entertained.
Yeah, because I was entertained. I was annoyed because it weren't one of my models. But, you know, we're going to keep that one moving.
We can chat, Shams, your thing's too pricey, man. What's going on?
No, you have cashed out.
Come on, mate.
I'm here
Burberry, the pattern.
So what I want to talk to you about is one of your bars is man's tight. I've been moving like a Jew for the money. Yeah.
Man,
obviously, recently there's been some controversy about Reggie Yates' comments about
I retweeted it
about Jewish people.
Yeah.
And he's had to apologize and step down from the top of the pops. What are your thoughts on this? What's your take?
I understand it, but at the same time, make it be fair, because when it comes down to, say, for example, black kids and rare, this and that, people... I even tweeted something the other day about... I want to go on my Twitter now. But I tweeted something where someone said something about black people, and he's still in... I think it was an MP. He said something about nigger. Do you know what I mean? And he's still in Parliament and all of them things. Do you get me? So I just don't think it's fair, personally. I think don't have that thing for our people, and then... with your people, like you just want to keep them in there and rare, this and that, because then it's like it looks bad.
Do you think that there's a bit of a confusion? Well, not even a confusion. Do you think that freedom of speech is being impeded upon
100%.
a bit because of political correctness at the moment?
100%. Everyone wants they want themselves to be like the omega and everything, and then once you start talking out, even though what you're talking about is right, do you get what I mean? Regardless of however it might be, maybe it just come across wrong. But what he probably was talking about must have been right. Do you get me? I don't know. Do you get me? Obviously, I haven't heard it. Do you get what I mean?
Because obviously, I mean, even if people do have some prejudices,
yeah.
If we're not open about them,
we won't reach a stage where we understand it and can move forward.
Yeah. So Dubs, obviously, what have you got coming out? Like, what do the people? What can they look forward to? Like, what's new? What's the latest? Because we want to see you win, man. We definitely want to see you win. We're big fans of Double.
Like Dundee as well, man. The winning tunes are bad boy shit, you get me? So, 2018, the biggest. So 2018, I kind of feel like I've got this thing called M Global. Obviously,
what does the M stand for? Sorry,
motivation. The M stands for motivation. You know, sometimes I tweet and I say certain stuff that makes more sense than some of my songs. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. I kind of feel like, especially after my pops passed away, I kind of needed
Rest
more.
in peace.
Condolences.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So 2 years ago, my dad passed. If I'm just me being real, and this is another reason why I've kind of been ghost now and again. I'll come back, and then I've had like 4 deaths in the space of 2 years. Do you get what I mean? And literally, like my grandma, my uncle died on my birthday. Do you get what I mean? Then my dad and another situation. So I've had to, whether I like it or not, I've had to grow up quicker. Do you get what I mean? Like, do you get what I mean? So obviously I just accepted, after what, I just accepted it. Do you get me? But around the times I needed motivation, because I kind of felt like I'm very good at what I do and everything, but without the motivation, I can't get up in the morning. Sometimes I think to myself, I'm not bothered. Do you get what I mean? And then the motivation will be my dad. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'll get up and be like, cool, I need to do this for mama. I need to do this for my little brothers and sisters. It's not as easy, because a lot of people especially within the industry as well, yeah, a lot of people have got their own situations going on and rare, this and that. So when you hit them up about something, let's say a feature from someone, they don't know your situation at home. Do you get what I mean? So they might just deal with you like, no. Do you get me? Not knowing that, no, I need to do this, because if I don't do this, I might have to do something stupid to make the peas. Do you get me? Which I don't want to do. Do you get what I mean? So we're all open to it. Do you get me? So I needed motivation. Then obviously at the same time, I wanted, M Global was for Marvel at the time. Do you get what I mean? I had the idea ages ago, but it just made sense to start it now. Obviously I've got Shockers involved. Do you get what I mean? Large Up Sub 10, you're going to be hearing a lot more about him. My
Sub 10 stuff.
Yeah, the biggest. Don't laugh at me, man. Large Up Walker, my little brother Fad, he does video, and so I'm trying to keep everything in-house as much as possible, do you get what I mean? And yeah, like just, it's not even like a group thing or anything, it's more like a movement, do you get what I mean? Everyone outside of it does their own thing anyway, do you get what I mean? I've got my brethren Tim, that he's just a wizard, I call him billionaire, do you get what I mean? And then my other brethren, Waspri as well, he's very, very wise, do you get me? He's the one that kind of tells me, go France, go to all of these places, don't just venture off in London, do you get me? And I've always had this mindset anyway to be ready to do this, but now I kind of feel like it makes sense. And at the same time, I just leave everything to kind of God as well, do you get what I mean? Because before I used to kind of say, I need to blow at this time, I need to do this, I need to do that, rare, this and that, but now everything's just in lining on a slow one, do you get what I mean? So it just makes sense now. So M Global is going to be popping off. My next CD is called The Groove. You get me? The gal and you lot can get me. It's just different now I'm playing. So it's called The Groove because, if I'm going to be real, the reason I called it The Groove, you told
us. You made a whole CD.
Yeah, of wave.
Wavy tracks.
I got another situation as well.
Okay.
You know Austin Powers?
Yeah.
So obviously Austin Powers, people don't know this, his dad died as well.
Okay.
So around the time that his dad died, he kind of felt like he wasn't himself and everything. So he needed his mojo back. Do you get what I mean? So that's why he'll be saving the world, but he'll be doing bad dumb shit. Do you get me? Me, I'm not a person that I get angry too tough. Do you get what I mean? Like if I get angry, it's long. But at the same time, I don't get angry for no reason. Do you get me? So I kind of felt like double, go back to your vibe. Do you get me? How you are as a person. Don't be scared to chat about gal and you get me, let them know what's going on and boom, bang, bing. Do you get me? So music in itself, I kind of feel like now the groove to me is, I've done the grime CD. It's like Creps and Conan 7 Days, 7 Nights. I've done the grime CD. I've got a whole list of songs and it's just me being myself. Like I got a song on there with my logo, yeah, called Allure Diamond. Literally, I wrote the song about my future wife. Not a wife now, or most, no disrespect, Chams, but a lot of these lost girls nowadays. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, it's a girl.
Why? I'm not lost.
Not you. You're the truth. But I'm talking about a lot. You're a woman here, innit? It's like these lot would have agreed with me.
I
You
just
might
think
not
people
have.
your employees talking about.
I'm not involved in that bit. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, but
That's what he meant.
That's
It's not-
I don't know what
by
he's talking
himself. Okay.
I think face music models are the greatest models on earth.
Amen.
F4M, baby.
Not
Shout
Posty
out
said,
them.
you get me? So, yeah, like, it's kind of just me being real with myself, do you get me? Like, I think a lot of people kind of feel like they need to be too hard or too rare, this and that. No, like, now and again, yes, I might have days where I think I'm a bad boy. Now and again, I might have days where I can treat a woman right. Now, I'm not angry 24/7, do you get what I mean? So my music has to reflect different moments in my life, do you get what I mean? And the groove to me was the whole of like this year on top of like last year, do you get what I mean? Like that's when I started recording most of this stuff. Even down to Double Vision, I recorded it all within the same space, but different times, do you get what I mean? So when you hear this CD anyway, hopefully you look like it, but I think
the
you will.
Groove is a real grown-up name.
It's
That
grown,
sounds like
it's
it's
grown.
got some lovers rock in it. Like
No,
what's-
taking everyone's gal by accident, and you get me. It's one of them CDs.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
it's not, all jokes aside, it's a good body of work. I think females will appreciate it more than the man them, but the man them will listen to it because I know the man them.
And whatever
yeah.
the girls like, we like.
Yeah, facts. You get me?
No, most definitely. Well,
Yeah.
to round it all up, I just want to generally say that, you know, you've been a very, very essential part of the growth of the English
Appreciate it, my brother.
music scene. I feel like your age group that came through that time,
God bless my bro.
them times, that's when everybody wanted to start rapping. And
100,
you guys were
100.
literally like the best in the country.
Love my brother, man. God
you know
bless.
what I'm trying to say? And you definitely are the flow father.
The biggest.
You know what I'm trying to say? And I hope that you exceed all your expectations this year,
Inshallah,
because
man.
you're definitely someone that's missed in the game. You're a valuable asset, and
Definitely.
I feel like you can really take the sound of grime or rap or the groove, however you want to put it,
Yeah.
in various different like territories as well.
Definitely,
so I
man.
definitely wish you the best of luck.
God
you know
bless
what I'm
my
saying?
bro. God
Amen
bless.
to that.
And it's definitely glad to have you
Yeah.
back.
Always.
You know what I'm trying to say? And hopefully squash the
Chams,
beef
don't
with
forget
V,
me.
man. Let's
Yeah,
be
You know, you know,
friends
funny.
again,
The funny
man.
thing is, if I'm gonna be real, yeah, there's no beef. I kind of
Yeah.
felt like we just needed time apart anyway because we was
Yeah,
in,
yeah, yeah.
especially once you move, like you'll never know someone until you actually move in with them.
Yeah, but the thing is, now that you're paying for videos,
I'm doing the more.
Yeah, trust me.
you know,
trust
trying
me.
to say you might need home busy back. You know,
Get Vertex in envelope.
I ain't stressing.
Man.
I ain't
Come on, man. Let's just do
stressing,
the thing
B.
properly. Let's do the thing properly.
Double, and can we just find out what your aspirations are for next year? Because I know you're releasing, but like,
Yeah.
what do you want?
Shams.
What do I want? I'm
What's on your sense?
Nah, do you know what it is? I'm not gonna like. I like her because she's gonna make me put stuff into the universe. See what I'm
Amen.
saying? The Brits, I'm coming over there.
What?
The BTs, I'm coming over there. Mobiles, I'm gonna come collect like 20. Do you get me?
Rated
like,
what?
Bro, come on, man.
Rated.
There's only one
I'm
award
coming
you
to-
need next year.
Rated, I'm coming to collect
Yeah, exactly.
1,500.
That's so good. We've been about 3 years. I
Yeah,
can understand how you wouldn't remember my name.
Never.
Yeah, no disrespect
No,
to
do you know
anyone else,
it's
but you
the
need the
UK?
rated
No,
award.
listen to what I'm saying. The UK, I believe I don't even need to say too much. You've done what you've done. You, Rashid, and SB. Yeah, what you lot have done for our scene. I swear down. If you lot wasn't involved, because I look at you lot like artists as well. What you lot bring to the table, yeah, it helps at the scene. Do you get what I mean? So it's the same thing. Do you get what I mean? So we appreciate the Rated Awards because that's our version of what everyone else is doing anyway. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
so
man,
you didn't have to start that. Do you get what I mean? But you said to yourself, this is missing. Even me and Shoko was talking about this the other day. Even down to the plaques.
Yeah.
It gives man the feeling like I need that. Do you get what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
Do you get me? So it's
What about you and Shocker's relationship? Like,
It's my
how's
brother.
that?
We should
'Cause
have been
you two
blood.
are really close.
yeah, we should have been blood. We see each other every day. We should have been blood.
But back to the Rated Awards. Sorry.
Okay.
No, back to that wonderful sign out I gave you, my pure.
Yeah, that was G, you know.
You know what I'm saying?
That was G
Like,
still.
but
God bless you.
now, for real though, God bless you, and yeah, man, just keep on achieving, keep adding to the culture.
Come
and,
on, I got this, man.
And yeah, everyone, hopefully subscribe to our channel.
Always.
Yeah.
Hey,
we've been
NFTR,
on
baby.
44K for ages. I know what it is. It's all about the consistency.
It
and all
reminds
that.
me of me,
Yeah, it's all the consistency and all that. But listen,
Confidence on a
guys,
mill.
You know what I'm saying? We don't want to do too much. We're just in and out, in and out, in and out. You know what I'm saying? So
Robbery
subscribe,
thing.
tell your homeboy, subscribe.
Yeah, we're
Tell
local.
your- tell your
NFTR
girl.
live coming soon.
Come on.
Trust me. Get S's thing out now.
You get me? Double Vision. That's out now. 10 tracks of straight grind.
#NFTR.